Alright, gentlemen, so the age-old question, how do us dudes stop struggling with women? How do we get the girl of our dreams? Let's dive in. Okay, so the first thing that we want to ask ourselves, gentlemen, is what are we doing to improve ourselves? What are we doing to take care of this gorgeous temple that we call us? You see, women, they're super intuitive creatures. They just have this sense of knowing that we will never understand, gentlemen. And you damn well better bet that they know when you are putting way too much investment in them and not enough in yourself. This is definitely a mistake that all us dudes have made at some point in their lives, including your man. And so the first key for us to stop struggling with women is to make sure that we are taking care of number one, to make sure that we are putting ourselves above this new woman that we just met. Now, of course, as we go on into our relationship with that said woman, if they become more important to us, then things change. Of course, you want to put them high on the value scale than they were when you first met them. And so some tips to start valuing ourselves, some tips to improve our own sense of self-worth are hitting the gym, man, the classics, exercising and eating right, and creating some goals for ourselves, trying to be better, trying to improve ourselves, trying to be the best man that you can be, buddy. And they're smart creatures. They sense this. They know, buddy, when you are a person of value, when you are becoming a person of value, when you are working on being a man of value. When it comes down to it, they want to know that they will be protected, that they will be looked after. And they know that they will be protected and looked after if they look at you and they know that you are protecting and taking care of yourself. Next up, gentlemen, one of the keys to stop struggling with women is to learn who you are and be you. Be yourself. Like, dude, if you are awkward like me, dude, I can be so awkward sometimes, man. You wouldn't believe it. But I embrace that awkwardness. I just let it slide. I do something awkward, I laugh it off, and I move on to the next thing. And that's all part of accepting who I am as a person, and accepting who you are as a person. If you don't love yourself and accept yourself first, how can she trust that you are going to look after her, that you are going to be able to protect her when worst comes to worst? And once you start accepting yourself, once you get to know yourself, then that's going to weed out a lot of women from your life. And see, this is the thing. Life plays this really weird game on us. When we go for what's important, when we go for what's valuable, and when we know ourselves and love ourselves, it's gonna knock out some certain contestants in our life, the gold diggers, like the basics, because they know you ain't falling for their shit. Those ones are too easy anyway. They're just there. Us dudes, we want a challenge. When we have to put effort into getting that woman we want, it means that they're also a person of value, that they've also put work into themselves. And when you value yourself, when you love yourself, there's no need for mind games. When you know yourself, when you know what you are about, when you know what you value, what you want out of life, you don't need to play mind games, and she won't either. And so, gents, when you accept yourself, when you love yourself, you're gonna know, like, dude, if you are being you, if you are being 100% genuinely you, and she comes around and she doesn't really feel it, she doesn't really like it, nah, she can bounce. She ain't for you, buddy. You are you, no one else. Love it and accept. And that brings us to the last point on how to stop struggling with those fantastic, beautiful, amazing creatures called women. If you know what you want out of her and out of your life, then, dude, that eliminates a lot of your struggles from the equation. What do you want out of this woman? Are you looking for a relationship? Are you looking for a long-term relationship? Or maybe just a friends with benefits type deal? Whatever you want, just be real about it, my man. And this will eliminate a whole lot of problems, a whole lot of pain, a whole lot of struggle from your interactions with women. Gentlemen, when we are honest with ourselves, when we know what we value, when we know what we want, and we know who we are, and we have put in the work to figure these things out, that's when we will no longer struggle finding that woman that we want, that we have been looking for. My man, I hope you enjoyed this iteration of a little bit of man talk. If you liked it, you can go down below. Sauce me. No. You can sauce me. One of these bad boys. Smash that subscribe button and share this video with another handsome ass dude who's having a little bit of trouble with the ladies. Gentlemen, you are all so awesome and fantastic, and I appreciate you sticking around till the end here. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I wish you all the success with the ladies, and always stay handsome.